Hi everyone, in this lecture we are going to leverage Matplotlib. Now Matplotlib is a very powerful library for creating data visualizations. And it allows us to practically tweak anything that we want when it comes to a visualization or a plot. But I don't want to spend too much time explaining Matplotlib in details because I've dedicated a complete essentials course for Matplotlib. But I would like to show you some core concepts with which you will be able to achieve a lot and understand well what is actually going on. So Matplotlib has a master object and it is called a figure. Imagine this as the final product of your data visualization or your data presentation. It is a kind of container for concrete plots. It can contain one subplot, also a grid of several of them. For example, 4, 6, 8, whatever. Now, what we have just called a subplot in Matplotlib is called an axis object. So first, you define a figure, and then you put some axis subplots inside. In this lecture, we will work with just one subplot, but understanding these concepts will allow you to get more control over your figures and will save you a lot of time in the future. So first, let's import our dependencies for this lecture. We're going to say pandas as PD. Then I'm going to import OS just to grab our pickle file. Let's import the pyplot function from the matplotlib package. So matplotlib.pyplot. Let's alias this very long name as PLT. I'm also going to import from the matplotlib. I'm going to import the RC params. So import RC params. Now, RC params combined with the update method is a way to tweak some runtime parameters of Matplotlib. It is not mandatory, but I want to tweak two parameters so that everything fits nicely on the plot and so that the title of our plot will not overlap with the plot itself. Now, let's go ahead and let's import our data set. I'm going to say df pd.read pickle os.path.join. This is the pickle file that we have, data frame.pickle. There we go. And I'm going to group our data set, the column of acquisition year. I'm going to group them based on the acquisition year, like the way we did in our previous lecture. So I'm going to say acquisition underscore years. This is going to be df dot group by. Let's provide the column name. This is acquisition year. Let's grab the size of that. There we go. Now I'm going to grab our RC params, and I'm going to use the update method from there. And I'm going to provide a dictionary in here with 2 keys and 2 values. So the first one is going to be that we are going to grab our figure and we are going to say auto layout. And this is going to be equal to, okay, this should be inside this. Let me just provide it within quotes. Here is our dictionary. This is going to be equal to true. We are going to set it to true. And the next one is going to be axis. So axis dot title pad, just going to provide some padding for our title, and this is going to be equal to 20. All right. So again, the reason that I'm using RC params is this is a little bit advanced, but we just want to provide some runtime manipulation for our plots. Now, let's go ahead and let's create the master object in Matplotlib, and I'm going to say figure. I'm going to store it within this fig variable, and I'm going to say plt.figure. So this is the master object. After we have created the master object, we need to add a subplot. So I'm going to say subplot is going to be equal to fig.add subplot, and I'm going to say 1, 1, 1. 111 means that we will have a grid of one row, one column, and this subplot is the first one. And in our case, it is actually the only one. So it will take the whole space. Now, then if we want to plot our series on this already existing object, we need to pass some kind of argument to our plot function, specifying our subplot. So how can we do that? We are going to grab our acquisition years. So I'm going to say acquisition years, and I'm going to pass it right here. Now, this is the cool thing about Matplotlib, that it actually integrates seamlessly with pandas and with NumPy. So I'm going to provide an argument. The argument is x, and it stands for axis, and we are going to set it equal to subplot. There we go. And now when I run this, we are going to see our plot. So we have basically generated the same plot from our previous lecture, but in the next lecture, I'm going to show you how you can go ahead and you can actually create a beautiful plot from this one, how you can modify this plot. Now, the only reason that I did this lecture was just to integrate our pandas into the within Matplotlib, and then through Matplotlib we are going to customize our visualization, right? So see you in the next lecture.